In order to do this exercise, we're going to get down to the ground. Get down to the ground the best way you can. Step back with one leg. Put your knee on the ground. Low leg, hand, find the ground. Sit through all the way down on your tailbone. Let's set up the shin box. Then we're going to turn it into an alt shin box. Then we will introduce the club. The shin box is knee to the instep of the foot. This is a box made out of your shins. And you will see this position in tons of stuff. You'll see it in dance. You will definitely see this in martial arts and wrestling arts. And this is super hard for most people. If you work for a living, you will find, as I am right now, that some days your hip doesn't work. Most people will be up. Their hip will be forward. You will see their spine is not in a straight line. What we are looking for in the shin box is to drive this hip back to make your spine as vertical as possible. What we would like to do is try to rotate towards the lead leg, rear leg, lead leg, and twist the body to drive this hip into the ground. Usually one hip works better than the other. Set up. Knee goes to the instep of the foot. You will see early in the morning, hip up. The goal is to rotate to look at that back foot, rotate the body to drive that hip towards the ground. And you can see there's a difference in my hips early in the morning. Take your other hand, your back hand, lead leg, rear hand, put it on the ground behind you, drive up with that arm, straighten it out, drive your shoulder away from your ear to try to verticalize the spine. That hip is driving down and you're trying to open up that hip joint. Many people will feel a stretch on the inside of their knee. Your ankle, your knee, and your hip are related. If your lower back doesn't work, your hip probably isn't working. If your hip isn't working, your knee's probably not doing its job as well as it could. That's the distance. Knee goes to instep. This is also the distance of your squat. This is how wide apart your feet should be when you're doing normal training, like kettlebell lifting or standing heavy club swinging. That is the distance that your feet should be apart when you stand up. This position is both a mobility exercise and a static stretch. At the end of training, you can sit in this position for 2 to 3 minutes and let the hip try to open up, trying to restore rotation in the hip joint. As a mobility exercise, you're just gonna hold it for 1 to 2 seconds and you do it before training or early in the morning. The feet do not move. You're not moving them around. Touch down, put your hand on the ground, rotate your body to drive that hip down, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Anything you want to do with your hands, get to position, rotate, drive that hip from up to down, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Mobilize, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Mobilize, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Let's add a heavy club to this exercise. Palm faces away, thumb points down. We're gonna get our club up to balance. This is a balance shin box, which means that our arms are going to stay in balance. When we're at the final position, elbow on hip, let this weight drive you down and try to verticalize your spine. 2 hands on the club, elbow to hip. Transition across to the other side, knee goes to instep. Don't let your foot be too far out. Pull it in, get to that shin box. Elbow to hip. Transition across. Your arms will do whatever they have to in the middle. Elbow to hip. Transition across. Elbow to hip. Verticalize the spine. Look out in the distance. Elbow to hip. Sit back as far as you can. Let that weight sit over the rear leg. Elbow to hip. Move the weight over the rear leg. Move your weight over the rear leg. Do not have it over the lead leg because the hip will lift. Rotate towards that rear leg, elbow on hip, track down. The side effect of this is that you are transitioning through this position, which is really this position. You will engage your core by holding onto the club and transitioning from side to side. If you cannot keep two hands on the club and transition from side to side, then you need to do it every morning until you can do that. Start with a light club. The club does not have to be heavy. In the beginning, most people with any lever at all will have an extremely hard time doing this exercise.